luggage, all my stuff. I schlepped it all the way from my house to here and left the studio, went straight to the airport because I was going to Los Angeles for the Mayweather-McGregor World Tour stop number 1. And as I told you at the very end of the show, on the After Hours segment, I was very excited to go there because I wanted to take it all in, but also because I was going to work for Showtime. This was a big deal for me. As I mentioned last week, it was a dream come true to not only work for a network like that, but also to be a part of the broadcast team as far as the World Tour is concerned. I'm not talking about the fight itself, but just the World Tour coverage, and to just kind of be a part of it on the stage, all that stuff and more. I told you about hosting in Toronto and New York, etc. So I was very excited. Went to the airport, got on the flight, landed at around like 2 a.m. Pacific time, which is 5 a.m. here. Didn't have much sleep, but I was pumped. I was excited. So I wake up Tuesday morning, and now I'm getting dressed, and I'm feeling it. I'm in Los Angeles. This is so cool. Beautiful hotel. We're very close to the Staples Center. The presser, I think, is starting. I keep calling it a presser. It's not really a presser, as I said last week. It's more of a performance theater, whatever you want to call it. Anyhow, it was starting in a couple of hours. And around an hour before I was going to leave, I was told by the producer, before you go to the arena, can you stop by our hotel? We just need to talk about something. And all of a sudden I was like, this could either be good, like, hey, we want to do more, or this could be really bad. For some reason, as I told someone who I was talking to at the time via text, I had a bad feeling about it all. But I was trying to think positive thoughts, and I was going to hope for the best. Get in a cab, go to the hotel, get there, and I see Steven Espinoza, who is the head of Showtime Sports, and Brian Daly, who was the producer of this coverage, sitting in the lobby. And I could tell by the looks on their faces that they don't have good news to deliver to me. And this was kind of like a something about Mary moment for me, but I was wearing my backpack, but I was also wearing my suit, not the jacket, but I had the vest on. And when I went to sit down next to them, as I can see that they're kind of anxious to tell me some kind of news, my backpack is caught on the buckle of my vest and I can't get it off. And this is very embarrassing. And everyone kind of wants to get on with this whole thing. So I actually sat there with the backpack on and I looked like a 5-year-old kid. I mean, it was not a good start. Anyways, right off the bat, I could tell they want to tell me something, so we get right to it, and they tell me that Monday night, UFC President Dana White got word that I was going to be a part of the coverage, and threw a fit, said, absolutely not, he cannot be a part of it, he's the only guy that I don't want to be a part of it, no, 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 no. And they told me that they fought for me Monday night, they fought for me Tuesday morning, and he just would not budge. Didn't want me to be a part of it at all. And they also said, look, we're in a partnership here. Conor's a UFC fighter. Things are going relatively well. We have to pick our battles, essentially, and this is just one that we cannot win. So we're very sorry you can't be a part of the coverage. Obviously, this was gutting. This was very disappointing. I was totally bummed. I mean, I flew in, I came. I don't know if I was going to go to the LA stop. In the end, obviously, I was happy that I was there. I'm happy that I went to Toronto. But it was just, I mean, we're literally an hour away from this thing going down. And to get that news was just incredibly disappointing. And so I was just trying to digest it all. And I said to Steven Espinoza, who's known, if you follow him on Twitter, I said to him, hey, if you were me, what would you do in this situation? Of course, knowing what happened last year and, the reaction and the bullying and, not wanting to lay down, but also not wanting to rock the boat. I don't want to put him in a tough spot. This is his network, and I have a lot of respect for Showtime, and I didn't want to, get them involved in this ridiculous feud. And I said, what would you do if you were me? And he said, I would put it out there. And that's all I needed. So I wanted to put it out there, not because I wanted to make this about myself. I saw some people say that early on, oh, you're making this about yourself. I mean, just go back and look at the coverage. After the initial couple of tweets, I pretty much let it die. A ton of people asked me to do interviews on Tuesday and Wednesday. I said no to all of them. I wasn't there to talk about that. I mean, again, it was disappointing. It was dumbfounding. It makes no sense. It was petty, but I'm still here to cover for MMA fighting, and I would argue that losing that opportunity, as disappointing as it was, led to us having better coverage on MMA fighting because I was able to devote all of my time to the website and I'm very proud of the coverage that that we did for those 3 days in LA, Toronto, and New York. But I did want to put it out there because I do believe that when you are dealing with someone like Dana White, you cannot let them walk all over you and bully you and intimidate you. And you have to tell people what's going on, especially because I had already told them that I was going to be a part of it. So now all of a sudden I'm just going to disappear and crawl into a hole. That's not exactly what I believe in. And so I just put it out there, and it was very weird to then just like pick up my stuff and then go in. And now I'm a regular media guy, and everyone's hitting you up and asking you questions. And I will, I'll be honest. I would be lying if I didn't say that I was, kind of. I felt a little down throughout that entire day, but I was like, look, I'm just going to put this to the side. Here's Artem. Here's Owen. Here's Connor. Here's Floyd. I mean, this is all very cool. I can't harp on this. I'm not going to lick my wounds. I'll deal with this later. And so I thought that we had a very fun day, great coverage. I appreciate Connor, who I was told had heard about it and was upset when he sat down on the stage. He saw me, gave me a thumbs up. When I saw him in the back, clearly he gave me some time. He didn't have to do that. And so, that definitely meant a lot to me. And so I know a lot of people, look, I'm not going to come here and I don't want to harp on all of this. And, I saw some tweets where, Dana's calling me some not so nice words. And I know that he wants me to go back and forth with him. I know he wants me to, get into this war of words with him, but I would be doing you, our viewers, and the visitors of the website a disservice if I stoop to his level. I am reminded of something that Michelle Obama said, and I'm not getting political here, but it really resonated with me last year when she said it, when she was talking at the Democratic National Convention in July. She said, when they go low, we go high. And as he continues to go lower and lower, I mean, literally taking jobs away from me, taking money from my family, taking food from my kids, he continues to go low, I'm going to keep going high. Because if I stoop to his level, then I'm no longer what I want to be, which is an unbiased and a fair and balanced journalist. If I show any kind of bias, then I'm no longer that. And so I will continue to cover the UFC and Dana as I have always covered them, which is, in my opinion, fair and equal and balanced. And when they do something great like the 214